In Belize's remote Toledo district, poverty levels and indigence are higher than the national average. With limited resources, responding to the impacts of climate change is even more of a challenge. The Community Disaster Risk Reduction Fund, managed by the Caribbean Development Bank, is helping the area adapt to the realities of climate change and become more resilient to climate impacts.
Toledo is our southernmost district. It's one of the districts in our country that oftentimes the people are seen as in poverty. The thing I like about this project is that it's focusing on trying to teach the people to be resilient after any kind of natural disasters.
Well, Toledo is mostly or most frequently affected by flooding as a result of heavy rainfalls across the district. It's the district that has the most annual rainfall within the country. And we have had the occasion when we have to deal with the strong tremors resulting from earthquakes in Guatemala and Honduras as well.
There are three components of the project. The first component looks at early warning systems for natural disasters.
Some of the plans include the rehabilitation of emergency shelters, building of drains, the installation of radio communication systems in some of the remote communities, and the installation of rain and river gauges in vulnerable areas.
The shelters are very important because these people are cut off when the rivers flood, and when they're cut off, Nemo cannot get to them, which means they cannot come out. And as you can see behind me, a lot of the traditional homes for the Maya people are touched, and so in a hurricane those would go. And so the first place they need to go is to leave their home and go into a shelter until the storm passes. The second component focuses on agriculture, and the idea of agriculture is not to necessarily focus on agriculture. The idea is to have people be able to bounce back after a natural disaster.
If we do nothing, if we don't address these climate change that we're already living, the agriculture sector itself is going to lose. And in that area, we're working with Farmers Club. Each of these communities form groups. They are involved in crop production, vegetable production. They have we'll be dealing with greenhouses. Part of it is the livestock with local chicken, pigs, and sheep.
When we start this project, we are lack of experience. Then he opens our eyes how to do it, how to go about the project, so that we won't use no fertilizer from the shop or from this, So we are using organic.
Project that I think is essential for Nemo is the part that is going to be dealing with the food security, because that is very essential in a disaster management program as well. And so we were happy when that agricultural component was built in, because for us we always have to be trying to deal with the farmers whose crops goes underwater during that flooding and so on. So working with them now helps us to better address that issue.
And then the third component also ties in, because that is the public education and awareness and that area we're focusing on climate change, climate smart agriculture, solid waste management, and gender sensitization.
Working with these groups, because it's formed not only by men but a lot of involvement of women, and that's very amazing. And the ministry itself is promoting a lot of involvement of women and youths in agriculture. And over the last 3 years, the Toledo District has been very successful in winning the Female Farmer of the Year at the national level.
One of the Farmers Club is exclusively made up of women.
Esos proyectos que han dado, y doy gracias a todos mis compañeros de trabajo. Todos estamos muy felices recibiendo lo que usted nos está dando por este proyecto. Y cuesta un poquito, pero sí, estamos contentos de hacer, aunque venimos caminando nos da un poco duro el día, pero siempre nosotros todos estamos bien aquí trabajando con todo eso. Así.
So far now we are just getting to know about the climate change. Yes, but so far now the people from here, from Bella Vista, they are so happy. Because for instance, like the young boys, they are getting out of hand with parents, although they get their education but no job. Thanks from the good Lord that other nations are supporting us with finance so that we will bring more young boys so that they won't go and do anything from the road.
Well, our mandate is to improve the quality of lives. So with this project, it builds on that, and it helps these communities whereby our ministry is unable to do that by itself, and that is why it's important that we collaborate with these NGOs, other CBOs, to improve on that. And in doing that, it also is addressing and meeting the basic needs of these rural communities.
I applaud the efforts of Humana and CDB for seeing the importance of the project, and I very much like the structure that they have put in place in our project steering committee, where we have all these collaborating partners. We have education, we have rural development, we have CARD, we have agriculture, hydrology, Met Office, because there are times when we work in isolation, we may not be seeing how we impact someone else. And so by bringing all the entities together, it allows for better collaboration, and I think it ensures that the project is going to be successful. And that is something that I applaud both CDB and Humana for ensuring that the project has that structure in place.